Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another video for my six-figure stylist group, so if you guys haven't checked that out yet, go ahead and do it now. I'll post the link down below, but it's got a ton of great tips for hairstylists to help us build our businesses. So today I'm going to be going over something that's going to get you a fuller book and make you thousands of extra dollars a year. Can you guess what I'm talking about? You're right, rebooking. Why aren't we rebooking now? I think our biggest issue is that we get nervous. When it's time to close the sale, we're walking our clients to the desk and we just can't get out, do you want to come back in another 6 weeks? We care so much about our clients that we don't want to sound pushy or salesy, and we want our clients to feel comfortable and not like we're needling them for more money. But think about it, guys. If you were at your doctor's office and your doctor's receptionist said, okay, would you like to schedule your next appointment in 6 months? Does that sound like a big deal to you guys? No, it's just a courtesy at the end of the appointment. One thing that will help you feel really confident in closing the rebook process is just having a script that you say to every client every time. The more you say it, the easier it will become, and it won't seem like a big deal anymore. Now, this obviously is not going to get 100% of your clients rebooking. A lot of the times people actually don't know when they're going to be available next. So don't feel bad if some people still say, no, I'll just give you a call. That's still okay. But on average, at least 40% of clients do rebook. Sometimes you can even get 70 to 80% of your clients rebooking if you're a top stylist. But let's really talk about why this is such a big deal and why it's so essential to make sure your books stay full and you're making all the money that you could be making every year. Okay, so I am 100% a visual learner. If you don't write it out for me, I'm not going to understand what you're saying. So I've brought out this handy dandy whiteboard to really break it down for you guys. So let's say you have a client that comes in 10 times a year and gets a $200 service every time she comes in. So balayage and a haircut, it's about $200. So let's call her Susan. Susan comes in 10 times and spends $200 a year. So just from Susan alone, you're making $2,000 a year just from Susan. But if you get Susan to rebook, on average, clients that rebook will come in 50% more than clients that don't rebook and just call in for their next appointments. So if you add another 5 times a year, because that's another 50% of the 10 times that she's coming, times 200, you're adding another $1,000 just from Susan every year. Okay, so that brings us to Susan spending $3,000 a year on appointments now. So just imagine if you can get $3,000 from rebooking Susan. What if you rebooked 10 new clients every year? Do some math here with me, guys. 3,000 times 10 new clients a year is 30,000 more dollars you could be making just from getting your clients to rebook. So I hope that's cleared it up for you guys that think rebooking isn't that big of a deal. It totally is. And as soon as you get through making a script and knowing exactly what you're going to say and feeling confident when you say it, you'll definitely see results in how much money you're making every year, and you'll absolutely notice how full your books are. So now the big question is, what do you say at the end of the appointment when you're asking your client if they want to rebook, when they would like to come back in? How do you say it that makes it sound smooth and not like you're being pushy or salesy? It's really, really easy, guys. I know I've been there before where you bring them up and they had a great service and they've paid, and then you're like, well, so would you want to come back in maybe like 4 weeks or what? But you don't have to, like, you can call me if it's better, or okay, bye. And then you like run back to your station. Like, just know that your client does want to come back to see you, and they will not be offended or anything if you ask them to come back. So let's figure out what we can say to make the clients come back in. But first, I think we should move this out to the patio because, again, it's really gorgeous outside. To help you figure out exactly the best thing you can say to your clients where you feel confident and not pushy, I've come up with 3 tips that will definitely help you guys just be able to get it out there and get your clients to rebook easily. Oh my god. Hang on, I have to show you guys this. There's the hugest iguana in my backyard. Can you guys see that? It's like a dragon. Oh, look at him go! Alright, that's enough of that. So seriously, living in Florida is like Jurassic Park. Like everywhere you go, you see iguanas like that, and there's lizards everywhere, and it's just, it's nuts. It's wild out here. So anyway, back to our tips. Like I completely lost my page and everything. Okay, so the first thing you need to do when you are trying to get your clients to rebook at the end of their service is do not ask them if they want to come in. Tell them when would be best for their hair and their end goal. When is the best time that they need to come back for their next appointment. So instead of bringing your clients up to the desk and saying, so would you like to set up your next appointment? That makes it really easy for them just to say no, give you a call. So what I found has worked best for me and gets clients to rebook the easiest is to say, this appointment was 6 weeks from our last one. Let's go ahead and set you up in another 6 weeks so we can maintain this schedule that we're on. Then you can go into, does August 17th at 2 p.m. work for you? That way they're already of the mindset that there's a reason that you're rebooking them, it makes sense to them, and you've already given them a date and time so they can say, yes, that works for me, or no, I would rather come in August 19th instead. Tip number 2 is going to help you relay urgency to the client. If the client feels like you aren't really in demand, then why should they rebook at this time? Like, why can't they call you? So if you use something that's happening in your life, whether it be like holidays or a vacation that you're going on, or even if you just let them know that your books are getting filled, that will make the client understand that they need to go ahead and rebook so they can get the time with you that they want. For example, I was just on vacation. I went to North Carolina and I went to DC to see the Taylor Swift concert there, which was really awesome, by the way. It was like the best concert of my life. But before I went on this concert, I was telling my clients, hey guys, just so you know, I am going to be out of town this week. You need to go ahead and rebook so I can get you in either before or right after I get back, because since I am taking that week off, my schedule around that week is getting insane right now. So then your client starts thinking like, oh God, you're totally right. I should go ahead and book right now because I don't want to be that person that has bad hair and can't get in when I need to get in. Number 3 is going to help you figure out what to do if a client still says no, they don't want to rebook. Instead of being like frozen and being put on the spot and being like, oh God, they said no, like what do I do? Just say, okay, totally fine. Just give me a call when you're ready. But then you don't actually wait for them to call. You call them. I like to give my clients a couple weeks on their own. Sometimes they do call, but I also like to make sure that they don't forget, because we're all busy, you know, and I can't keep up with appointments unless I rebook. But if you do not hear from your clients, no big deal. Just give them a complimentary message about 2 weeks before they're due for their appointment. So a lot of my color clients come in about every 6 weeks for their retouch. If I haven't heard from them, I send them a message 2 weeks before their 6-week appointment. So 4 weeks after I've last seen them, I'll just send them a message and say, hey Susan, just so you know, your next color appointment should be coming up in about 2 weeks. I know we didn't rebook you last time because you weren't positive about your schedule, but I was wondering if you'd like me to go ahead and put you in there now so you don't lose your spot. Alright guys, so quick recap. Rebooking your clients is so important because if you rebook 10 new clients every year, you will make an additional $30,000 every year just from rebooking, because it will make sure your clients are coming in on a regular basis. Look, we got a little friend right here telling you guys Florida is basically Jurassic Park. So how do you stop feeling so nervous about asking clients to rebook? Have a script that works for you. That way you'll be confident when you ask them to come back in every time. Tip number 1 was do not ask your clients if they would like to come back in. Tell them what would be best for their hair and maintaining the haircut or color or whatever that they have. Number 2, use holidays, vacations, your book filling out, whatever, to make sure that you seem in demand, and that will relay urgency to the client and give them a reason for rebooking because they don't want to miss their next appointment time. Tip number 3, make sure you follow up if the client says no. It's no big deal, but it is on you as a stylist to contact them again and see if they are ready to come back in for their touch-up appointment. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today, so thank you so much for watching. My camera is almost out of memory too, so this is perfect timing for us to stop. If you are a stylist and want to check out my 6-figure stylist group, the link will be down below. Also, feel free to leave me any comments with questions or concerns that you're having in the salon. I'd be glad to help you out. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and remember to share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video.